Well, now speaking of population growth, that is one of the reasons why city leaders believe the very expensive new reservoir at Lake Ringgold is needed. But is the tremendous cost worth all of it? Shatanya Clark spoke with the group organizing opposition to building this new reservoir. Now, Shatanya, why exactly are they against it?
Melanie, there are quite a few reasons some oppose Lake Ringgold, and one of those is they believe it's simply not needed. But city leaders say otherwise.
All be part of the lake. All of this will be gone.
Deborah Clark, a Clay County resident and rancher who volunteers with the Texoma Stewardship Coalition, says she stands to lose a lot if Lake Ringgold becomes a reality because it would cut her land in half.
It's going to flood between 1,000 and 2,000 acres of our ranch. I won't even be able to drive from my house to the barn when Lake Ringgold is built. We won't be able to use this ranch the way we use it now, as one big piece of land where we move our cattle through.
But Director of Public Works Russell Schreiber says the decision to move forward on Lake Ringgold was the result of a long-term study, finding Wichita Falls and surrounding towns will need an additional water supply by 2070.
The state water plan shows the city in this region in a deficit of water over the next 20 to 30 years, and obviously that only continues to grow.
Schreiber says this will result from population growth and residents and businesses' water use in the years to come. But the executive director for Texas Conservation Alliance in Dallas is also joining the opposition against the lake, saying Ringgold will cause more harm than good for the residents of Wichita Falls and Clay County ranchers.
The city already has developed 50% more water than it needs now or is expected to need anytime in the next 50 years. If the city ever does need more water, it has the water rights to water out of Lake Kemp, which could be developed at a much lower cost than Lake Ringgold.
The 20-plus-year project is expected to cost more than $300 million, but opponents say the long-term cost is much higher.
By the time the interest is paid on that $331 million, it's going to cost the people of this region about $800 million. Current studies that are being done by the city of Wichita Falls are being paid for out of city taxes, but in the long run, the cost will probably be paid for with water rates. The city will either get a loan from the Texas Water Development Board, use existing bonding authority, possibly. Whatever mechanism is used, it's the people through their water rights who will have to pay for this.
If we'd have had that reservoir during the last drought, we probably would never have gone into, number one, we never would have done DPR. We probably wouldn't have done the IPR project, and we probably wouldn't have gone into draconian water restrictions that we were under.
But Clark is concerned that this development will cost her and other ranchers in Clay County their livelihood. And both Clark and Bizanson say city leaders should find alternatives. However, Schreiber also says about 10 to 15 other options have been considered, such as groundwater from the Panhandle, water from Lake Texoma, and other sources, and says Ringgold is the most economically viable water management strategy for Wichita Falls and the North Texas area.
Well, fascinating information, Tanya. Thank you again so much for that.